Outsourcing the Good, the Bad, and the Facts by Kayla Gutierrez. So, what exactly is outsourcing? Well, outsourcing is a pretty broad term used for a company or a business finding workers in another place or company. The example for this is a company outsourcing to a law firm for their legal work instead of hiring a full-time lawyer. It is important to know that outsourcing can be domestically in the United States, but it can also be through another country such as China. Here is a great quote from Bill Gates about outsourcing. What are the benefits of outsourcing? Well, some of the benefits of outsourcing is it provides a cheaper alternative for companies. We see this a lot in manufacturing, in particular to China. It's cheaper to manufacture in China. And another thing is it's part of capitalism. Capitalism is driven by profit, companies making profit. That is the whole goal. So outsourcing is bound to happen. If there's a more affordable way to do it, then that's what's going to be done. But it can also be beneficial for the government because the government is not always capable of doing jobs. For example, if a government building is going to outsource to a landscaping company to do landscaping for a government building, they're providing work to this landscaping company, giving business to them to help out. And so that can benefit Americans and the landscaping company, which is a U.S. business. But it may be less beneficial if they outsource to another country. These are several of the benefits, but do they outweigh the bad? What are the downsides? Well, some of the downsides is by outsourcing, we are sending our work away to other places. A good example of this is actually we can also give away our intellectual property. I use the Samsung example. Samsung actually started off as a manufacturing company for another Japanese company. The Japanese company outsourced to Samsung for their manufacture, and Samsung stole their intellectual property and designed their technology. Now Samsung has become one of the biggest companies in the world. So, are we able to trust those companies? Another thing that we have to look at is the people can lose their jobs in the United States, and that is unemployment. It can be a huge issue. Also, this can hurt the United States economy. For example, in this COVID-19 crisis that we are facing, we are having difficulty getting medical supplies because most of the medical supplies is outsourced to countries like China. This is a clear indicator that outsourcing can be extremely bad, which is why I say we need to bring our jobs back to the United States. Manufacturing in particular is getting hit extremely difficult in the US because it's cheaper to manufacture in other places. One thing that we can do to bring outsourcing to just domestic outsourcing in the United States instead of outsourcing to other countries is introducing tariffs. We have widely seen this on the news with the current President Trump and the different tariff battles that we see with China, giving businesses incentives to come back to the United States. We can already see this happening as an example with the company GE, which manufactures fridges and other appliances. They have since moved all manufacturing plants from China to the state of Kentucky. In 2015, 14.3 million jobs were outsourced to foreign countries. We need to stop outsourcing to other countries, also known as offshoring. If we're going to outsource, we need to do it domestically. All in all, I think it's better for companies to stay away from outsourcing, but in the end, a capitalist economy will always do what's best to make profit. Thanks so much for listening to this presentation. I hope you have a fantastic day.